The full story of Wallace and Gromit. Today, we embark on a journey through the whimsical world of Wallace and Gromit, exploring how a simple inventor and his wise canine companion became icons of animation. We'll delve into their most thrilling escapades, from homemade rocket trips to the moon in search of cheese, to battling with a wardrobe-dwelling penguin. Join us as we uncover the magic behind their claymation adventures and the ingenuity that made them beloved by audiences around the globe. The enchanting world of Wallace and Gromit. Welcome to the quirky corner of an English suburb, where Wallace, the cheese-loving inventor, and Gromit, his brainy dog, turn daily life into a series of wild escapades. Crafted by the genius Nick Park and Aardman Animations, this duo leaps from one improbable adventure to the next, fueled by Wallace's gadgetry and Gromit's wit. Ready for a world where cheese sparks the most fantastic journeys? Dive into the charmingly eccentric adventures of Wallace and Gromit, where every day's an invention away from ordinary. Wallace, our cheese-obsessed inventor, lives for two things: his undying love for a good slice of Wensleydale and concocting gadgets that are brilliantly bonkers. His inventions? Genius, yet just a whisker away from total disaster. Think of Wallace as the lovable dreamer whose bright ideas often slide into the realm of the wonderfully wacky. But fear not. When Wallace's optimism catapults them into sticky situations, Gromit, the brainy pooch with a knack for saving the day, steps in. It's all in a day's work for this duo, navigating through the thick and thin of madcap adventures with a blend of cheese-fueled courage and canine cleverness. Meet Gromit, the silent hero with the brain of Einstein and the heart of gold. This remarkable beagle doesn't need words to speak volumes. His eyebrows do all the talking. With just a raise or a furrow, he can say, "Wallace, maybe that's not such a good idea." Or, "I've got your back, buddy," louder than any bark could. Gromit's not just your ordinary dog. He's a master pilot, a whiz mechanic, and a strategist rivaling any chess grandmaster. No matter how wild Wallace's latest invention, Gromit's ready with a clever plan or a timely intervention. He's the silent, furry genius keeping their adventures on track, and their lives in a delightful whirl of chaos and camaraderie. So, let's get into it. 1. A grand day out. The Cheese Moon Adventure. Imagine this. Wallace and Gromit facing the ultimate crisis. A cheese-free household. But do they dash to the store? No. They aim higher. Much higher. They set their sights on the moon. Because as everyone knows, it's a giant cheese ball in the sky. Thus begins their out-of-this-world quest in a grand day out, where the notion of a cheese run takes on a whole new meaning. Cue the montage. Our heroes, armed with DIY spirit and a healthy disregard for the impossible, diving into blueprints and nuts and bolts. They're crafting a rocket in the basement because, why not? It's all hands and paws on deck as they piece together their makeshift spacecraft, a sequence that's less NASA, more backyard science project, but with 100% more enthusiasm and biscuit breaks. Launch day arrives and it's all systems go. There's Wallace and Gromit strapped into their homemade rocket, blasting off into the unknown with nothing but hope, a bit of British pluck, and of course, a desire for cheese. The moment they leave Earth's atmosphere, it's clear these two are not your average astronauts. The moon, though, isn't just a celestial cheese shop. Our duo encounters a lonely coin-operated robot with dreams of lunar skiing. It's a bittersweet moment that lends a dash of depth to their dairy-driven adventure. Through a series of charming mishaps, Wallace and Gromit end up giving this mechanical cleaner a taste for the slopes, showcasing that even in the silliest of stories, there's room for a heartwarming tale of helping others achieve their dreams. A grand day out is a masterclass in blending the mundane with the magical. It's not just an animation, it's an invitation to believe in the improbable, to find the extraordinary in the everyday, and to remember that sometimes the best solutions to life's problems are the most imaginative ones. Plus, it firmly establishes cheese as a motive strong enough to fuel space exploration. So hats off and helmets on to Wallace and Gromit for showing us that with a bit of ingenuity and a lot of cheese, the sky's not the limit, it's just the beginning. 2. The Wrong Trousers. The Penguin Heist. Enter The Wrong Trousers, the episode where Wallace and Gromit's chill life gets flipped by their new roommate, a penguin with a secret agenda. This isn't just any penguin. Think of it as the mastermind Moriarty with flippers. The plot thickens when it sets its beady eyes on Wallace's latest gadget, the techno trousers, turning a simple pair of pants into the accomplice of a museum heist. This episode masterfully mixes suspense with slapstick, proving our cheese-loving inventor and his brainy pup are the dynamic duo we never knew we needed. The penguin waddles in, all cute and cuddly. But there's mischief brewing behind those non-blinking eyes. It's a tale of deception, cunning plans, and a pair of pants that might just be too smart for their own good. The techno trousers, intended for mundane chores and Gromit's walks, become the linchpin in our flippant fiend's grand scheme. This twist of fate serves up a deliciously ironic slice of Wallace's inventive pie, showing us that even genius inventions can have their, let's say, off days. And who could forget the legendary train chase? Picture this, Gromit, our heroic hound, commandeering a toy train through the labyrinth of their home, trying to thwart a diamond heist. It's Wallace and Gromit meets the Great Train Robbery, but with more plastic tracks and less gunfire. The scene's a marvel of stop-motion magic, crafting heart-pounding thrills out of toys, tracks, and a relentless determination only a loyal dog could muster. 3. A Close Shave, the Woolly Conspiracy. Dive into A Close Shave where Wallace and Gromit swap their inventing hats for squeegees, launching a window cleaning service that unwittingly throws them into the midst of a sheep napping saga. This rollercoaster ride not only amps up our dynamic duo's knack for finding trouble, but also introduces a woolly wonder who'll shear his way into your heart, Shaun the Sheep. Mixing suspense, a dash of danger, and a heap of hilarity, this episode spins a yarn that's both thrilling and tickling. Enter Shaun, not just any sheep in the flock. This little guy bursts onto the scene with a kind of charisma that could lead a sheep rebellion. Caught in a bad situation, Shaun's escape antics and unexpected bond with Wallace and Gromit spotlight his knack for mischief and mayhem. It's no wonder he later headbutt his way into his own series. Shaun's more than a sidekick, he's a scene stealer with fleece to spare. And hold on to your hats for the motorcycle chase, the creme de la creme of A Close Shave. Picture this, Wallace, Gromit and Shaun, a trio of daredevils zipping and zooming, dodging the dastardly dog with designs on their new woolly buddy. It's a high-octane romp through the streets that proves you don't need a blockbuster budget for breathtaking action. Just a motorcycle, a sidecar, and a bit of clay. A Close Shave does more than deliver laughs and gasps. It introduces Shaun the Sheep, the breakout star with a taste for adventure and a knack for getting into and out of sticky situations. This episode isn't just a chapter in Wallace and Gromit's scrapbook. It's the launchpad for Shaun's solo career, proving the clay-coated world they inhabit is brimming with potential stars and spin-offs. It's a tale of heroism, hijinks, and most importantly, heart, where friendship saves the day, and a good shave means dodging a close shave with danger. In Wallace and Gromit's world, even a window cleaning gig can lead to high-speed chases and heartwarming heroics, proving there's no such thing as just another day for this iconic pair. 4. The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, the monstrous vegetable menace. Step into the Curse of the Were-Rabbit, where Wallace and Gromit leap from short adventures to big-screen heroics, tackling their fluffiest and most formidable challenge yet. It's not just any mystery they're sniffing out, it's one that could squash the spirit of their beloved town. The annual giant vegetable competition is under threat from a monstrous were-rabbit with an insatiable appetite for crunchy, munchy veggies. Running Anti-Pesto, the most animal-friendly pest control service around, our duo is in a race against time to catch this vegetable vandal before it chomps down the entire contest. But here's the twist. Wallace, the cheese-loving tinkerer, becomes the were-rabbit himself. Cue dramatic music and gasps from the audience. This transformation isn't just a jaw-dropper, it dives deep into what it means to literally become your own worst nightmare. The grand finale at the vegetable competition is where all the carrots hit the fan. Picture this, Wallace in full were-rabbit form versus Victor Quatermain, the gun-toting, glory-seeking hunter, in a showdown that could only be dreamt up in the wackiest of Aardman animations. This epic tussle isn't just a feast for the eyes. It's a hearty blend of action, absurdity, and vegetable puns that'll have you rooting, pun intended, for our clay heroes. The entire town pitches in, making it a community effort to save the day, veggies, and the true spirit of the competition. The Curse of the Were-Rabbit is Wallace and Gromit's leap into the limelight, proving that when it comes to safeguarding giant vegetables from a werebeast, no one does it better. It's a thrilling, heartwarming, and rib-tickling ride that cements the duo's place in the pantheon of animation greats. The film skillfully stitches together horror and humour, serving up a genre-bending feast that delights audiences of all ages. 5. A Matter of Loaf and Death, a bakery mystery. Dive into A Matter of Loaf and Death, where Wallace and Gromit swap their usual inventor hats for baker's caps, rolling into danger with their new venture, Top Bun. Amid a puzzling epidemic of baker disappearances, our dough-kneading duo finds themselves in the mix of a mystery that's a recipe for disaster, and a pinch more perilous than their usual escapades. This episode is a blend of entrepreneurial spirit, suspense, a dash of romance, and the unmistakable Wallace and Gromit charm that bakes up a story you can't help but devour. Enter Paella Bakewell, the glamorous former face of the Bakelite bread ads, stirring Wallace's heart like a well-whisked batter. But as the plot thickens, Paella's sugary facade crumbles to reveal a darker ingredient to her character, making her one of Wallace and Gromit's most unforgettable foes. The twist? She's behind the baker snatching. This revelation adds an extra layer of intrigue, like finding a surprise filling in your favourite pastry, as the story takes a deliciously sinister turn. The oven gloves come off for the showdown at Top Bun, where Wallace and Gromit's bakery turns into the ultimate battleground. The face-off is a masterclass in mixing suspense with slapstick, served up with a side of ingenious gadgetry and heartfelt bravery. Watch as Gromit outsmarts Paella with a series of clever traps, and Wallace, bless his cotton socks, shows courage he didn't know he had in the yeast. The final crumb? A showdown that's as thrilling as it is uproarious, perfectly proofed and ready to be enjoyed. A Matter of Loaf and Death kneads together a darker dough of mystery with the light, airy texture of comedy we've all come to love, proving yet again why Wallace and Gromit are the kings of animated adventure. With a murder mystery wrapped in a blanket of warm bakery-themed humour, this episode rises to the occasion, showing a perfect balance of romance gone sour, suspense, and the quintessential quirkiness of our beloved clay companions. It's a full-bodied tale with notes of danger, deception, and of course, dough. So tuck in your napkin and prepare for a serving of Wallace and Gromit that's equal parts heart, hilarity, and just maybe a hint of homicidal pastry. Conclusion. As we've journeyed together through the extraordinary adventures of Wallace and Gromit, from their lunar escapades in search of cheese to unravelling mysteries in their own backyard, we've seen the duo face off against cunning penguins, malevolent robots, and even their own inventions turn foe. Each story, a blend of wit, warmth, and whimsy, showcases the unparalleled genius of Nick Park and the Aardman team, who bring to life the claymation world with such intricate detail and loving care.